It was hard to actually figure out that I was in survival mode. But when you have it, I was had my child at 18 years old. And from that moment, it was medical care and treating him throughout his entire life. And so my son was in the hallway and he got a bunch of kids came running around the corner and he got kind of pushed into a big cement pole. And being that he has medical issues, his bones are quite fragile. So he had broken almost every bone on one half of his body. As a mom, I have one job to do: protect my child. And I couldn't protect him. My job is to protect him, and I couldn't. I am tired of having to defend that my son has value in this world. Yes, he might have disabilities, but he is a human being and he is not more or less than any of us. And it was, you go to the police and they were very honest with me and said, yeah, we don't even look into these cases of potential harm because the witnesses are unreliable. And so they're never prosecuted.
Society is very quick to blame the victim.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They have no consideration for how their lack of consideration
Mm-hmm.
is so damaging to the people.
I have turned my anger and my disappointment in our society into advocacy and writing a book and not going into the sidelines and be like, well, that happened. My mind frame switched to, well, that's never going to happen again. What happened to my son, unforgivable, and I still feel horrible for it. But maybe it gives light to all the things that happen to people that don't have a voice. They don't have an advocate. And we need to use our story and say no more.
Went from, oh, I'm hopeless to I'm hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so empowered that not only am I speaking up for myself,
Yep.
I'm speaking up for
Yes.
everybody else. I don't think people recognize how damaging
Mm-hmm.
victim shaming is. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they recognize how far reaching the
Mm-hmm.
effects of it are.
That is where we are in this world now with the quick social media. I can say whatever I want. Takes 2 seconds and then you shut your phone off or whatever and you don't think of it again. You just, I'm going to say my piece and it might be extremely hurtful. And that's what happened to me. And that's when I shut down social media and I didn't go on social media for almost a year. I just shut it down and I got depressed and I didn't want to hear from anyone. And that put a stop to the fix, like the stop of my voice being able to fix the system.
I actually view victim shaming no different from abuse. And
Yeah.
it's oftentimes it's not intentional, right?
No,
But
no.
what it does, it silences
Hmm. Yeah,
people,
it does.
you know? And we already suffer in silence.
Mm.
And unfortunately, in society, we tend not to care
Hmm.
until the problem is on our doorstep. But we have way more control over our
Yes.
lives than we
Hmm.
recognize. And I think one of the gifts
Hmm.
of exiting survival mode
Yeah.
is that radical ownership that we tend to take. Like,
Hmm.
I've recognized that I've wasted a year.
People's opinions, and I need to protect, and I need to have a voice for all the people that are suffering in silence in care facilities. I think
Traumatic.
any caregiver or parent or and you watch a loved one go through this, it's there's a trauma there, and yeah, and just if I can ask just the regular, just everyday people that if you see people, vulnerable adults, disabilities, nursing homes, not to look away and to help and to speak up for people that can't speak up for themselves.
You were not built to break, but you damn sure were not built to just survive. Disrupt the
Mm-hmm.
cycle, reclaim your life, and thrive on your own terms.